Hello and welcome to the Officers Academy. Today we will be discussing about one of the most elite forces of India's defense, that is SFF, the Special Frontier Force. Now what is so curious about or what is so interesting about this force is, this force SFF recently had played a very crucial role in the India-China border confrontation near the LAC. Okay, very less or very little is known about this force. We have to understand this, that SFF not only played a very crucial role recently, but also it had played one of the most important role during the India-Pakistan Kargil war and also during the liberation of Bangladesh. Okay, but very less or very little information about this force frequently comes into the news. So we have to understand this. See, about SFF, there is a quotation which says that it is like a force which is blooded in the battle but fighting in the shadows. So let us try to understand why is it said so about SFF, that is blooded in the battle but fighting in the shadows. Now let us try to focus on the formation of SFF. What was the reason why SFF was formed, and we will also try to understand slightly what was the background to the formation of SFF. So was it a very conscious idea, or did it occur that the genesis of SFF had a very different reason? Let us try to understand. Though the official year of the inception of SFF was 1962, but the story for this, that is the background to the creation of SFF, Special Frontier Force, started way back in 1950s. So we see that after the uprising, that is the Tibetan uprising of 1956, okay, even though the uprising was not successful, many of the Tibetan warriors, okay, they left Tibet and they entered India. So they decided to take refuge in India. Okay? After the exile of Dalai Lama in India itself, where India provided Dalai Lama with the political asylum, okay, more than 6,000 Tibetan warriors had already entered India. Okay, so they were available or they were ready in India, and in 1962, okay, when China made an entry into the LAC region, okay, the modern day LAC region, when India was surprised by this Chinese behavior and the India-China border skirmishes, that is the Chinese aggression, what we call it, okay, and this year it was decided that the Special Frontier Force will be established. Now what was the reason behind that, or how did the idea come into it? So the idea for this, the prominent personalities behind the formation of SFF were the then IB chief, the chief of Intelligence Bureau, IB chief B.N. Mullick. He gave an idea of raising a force of the Tibetan warriors who were present in India. Okay, the then Prime Minister, former Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru, he entrusted this task to Major General Sujan Singh Uban. Okay, so he was the man, Major General, who was behind the formation of SFF. So this is how the Special Frontier Force, okay, with its participants, that is the Tibetan warriors who were ready to fight for their cause against the Chinese aggression. Okay, but see, for the same reason as there was a Tibetan participation, it was decided that this force would be kept covert, or this force will operate behind the curtains. Not much publicity will be provided to this force. Now Major General Sujan Singh Uban, who was also a Second World War veteran, he took up the task for the formation of SFF. Now in this formation of this elite force, his son, that is Second Lieutenant Gurdeep Singh Uban, also decided to help him. But the road to formation of SFF was not very easy. The first and the foremost condition was the requirement of a training ground. As we know that SFF was to be formed as a elite force who was combat ready for any kind of warfare. So the training has to be as per or up to the mark. So the first challenge was finding a proper training ground for this force. Okay, and secondly, the nature of this force, the force was to be kept as a covert. Not much publicity was to be given to this force. Okay, so considering both the parameters, such a training ground was found at Chakarta in Uttarakhand. Okay, now why this place was selected? What were the reasons behind this? See, why this place was selected now? As per Major General Sujan Singh, okay, this place was selected because earlier it was an old training center of the Gurkhas. Okay, we know that the Gurkha regiment is one of the most bravest regiment in the Indian Army. So this was an old training center of the Gurkhas and it was located at a height of 7,000 feet. Okay, so naturally this place was good for the climbing training, okay, or the high altitude warfare training. So this was one of the natural location of this place. Okay, the terrain available, geographical terrain available, it provided a natural ground for the training of SFF, and this is how the training of SFF began. The force came into action, or this force was established exactly on 14th of November 1962. Now we know that this date 14th of November was also the birthday of Jawaharlal Nehru. Okay, but did this force saw any action in the India-China border aggression of 1962? So answer for this was no. This force did not see any action, and we know that this force was hardly ready to enter in any kind of combat action then. Okay, so this force actually came up after the unilateral ceasefire which was declared by China. Okay, so actually SFF did not see, of course the reason for the formation of SFF was this surprise given by China on the eastern border. Okay, but SFF itself did not see any action in the 1962 India-China border confrontation. So now we'll understand what was this Establishment 22. Okay, see, it is nothing but the SFF. When SFF was formed in 1962, in 1962 it was not named SFF but it was named as Establishment 22. This was the name given by Major General Sujan Singh Ubal, okay, who was the man behind the formation of SFF. Okay, it was only in 1967 that this Establishment 22 was renamed as SFF. Okay, now why this name was given? See, now Major General himself was fond of this old mountain regiment जिसका नाम था और which was named as the Establishment 22. Okay, so he took out this name from this old mountain regiment. Okay, now what does this 22 stands for? Okay, this 22 stands for the pair of paratroopers. Okay, as we know that SFF itself was to be formed as a elite force. So this force, Establishment 22, which was formed, it was ready for different kind of actions. Now, which were these different kind of actions or warfare it was ready for? Try to understand it. They were ready for the high altitude warfare. What we saw that, or what we understand that it was a part of their training session. They were ready to fight behind the enemy lines. Okay, that is when we take a offensive stand against the enemy, and also they were ready for covert action. Okay, as we already discussed that the force when it was created, it was to be kept behind the curtains or not much publicity was to be given to this force. Okay, also one of the most important notable thing is a women regiment was also formed under Establishment 22. Okay, and this force Establishment 22 will directly report to the Cabinet Secretariat. Okay, so SFF or Establishment 22 was not to be made a part of a regular army. Okay, try to understand the nature of the force. It is basically a force for special operations. ठीक है, high altitude warfare, fighting behind the enemy lines, ready for covert action. So this was a force which was made for special operations. Okay. Now understanding it, let us try to see what role was played by SFF. In 1967, it was renamed by SFF. We will also see that why it was called as the Special Frontier Force. What is the logic behind this nomenclature, and also we will see what was the role played by it in the different or achieving the different interest of India. Now let us try to understand. In 1967, as we know, Establishment 22 was renamed as SFF. It stood for Special Frontier Force. So let us try to understand what was the logic behind it. Now see, it was called as special because this force was to be made for special operations, as unlike the conventional ones. Okay, and the participants of this force, okay, or the recruits were basically commandos. So that is why it was called as a special force. The name Frontier, okay, it was given because Major General Sujan Singh Uban himself was from the Northwest Frontier Province. Okay, so one of the reasons why the name Frontier was given, it is one of the personal reasons. And secondly, this force was to be fighting or engaging the enemy at the frontier plus beyond. So the limitation of the force would not remain only to the frontier region, but to the frontier and beyond. So this was one of the reasons why it was named as SFF. Now let us try to understand what is also special. Okay, apart from that they are made or trained, a specific training is given to them to go or engage the enemy in special operations. Okay, surprise the enemy, okay, with minimum collateral damage, and also the participants are, or the recruits are themselves commandos. So a special training, physical training as well as combat ready action, this training is provided to them. Apart from this, what is special is that in this force, many of the Tibetan warriors who took refuge in India, so they decided to be a part of the SFF. Now, this participant showed a great sense of athleticism. Okay, clear? So these participants were great athletes, and one of the reasons why the PLA, that is the Chinese army, the PLA was scared of them because they thought that they could not compete with this genetically blessed Tibetan warriors. Okay, so this is a reality check of it, that the Chinese army PLA was scared of the SFF. They were scared of the Tibetan warriors because they were genetically blessed with this athlete capability. So this is one of the reasons why this force was called as special. And also this force had a feeling of anger. Okay, anger plus shame. So this force, this Tibetan warriors, anger because the way China had treated them, and shame because that Dalai Lama himself was considered to be the god. Okay, he had to leave China and take exile in India. So this combination of anger and shame, okay, this gave them a very bright passion to fight against the China or the PLA. Now, the battle spot, when did the SFF look or got to see action for the first time? So it was during the liberation of Bangladesh in 1971. Okay, so the SFF participants or the recruits fought in this liberation of Bangladesh war. Okay, 50 of them sacrificed their life. Okay, but see, this sacrifice did not see limelight. The reason because SFF was to be kept as covert. So these brave warriors, they lost their lives. Okay, but then it never came into limelight, or it was never appreciated in public. Secondly, they also participated in the Kargil war. Okay, now son of Major General Sujan Singh Uban, his son Gurdeep Singh Uban, he led the SFF during the Kargil war. In the Kargil war, the SFF fought at around 14,000 feet. Okay, in this sub-zero temperature. So they showed their acts of valor at this place at this crucial time. And mind you that this force was appreciated by then Prime Minister Shri Atal Bihari Vajpayee. Okay, so this is what is the contribution of SFF to the Indian national interest. Now see, there are reasons behind why SFF was kept as a covert force. See, you will understand that if you have a weapon like SFF, Okay, you won't like to float it in public. Rather, you would like to keep this weapon as an element of surprise for the enemy. Okay, see, since its formation in 1962, for more than 30 years, China did not have much information about SFF. Okay, so this was the nature of coordinates with which this force was dealt with. So now let's try to understand the reasons why in the year 2020, okay, the government deliberately wants to make SFF public. Okay, that is, SFF is now turning from covert, that is from acting behind the curtains, okay, directly coming in the battlefield. So why this journey from covert to overt? So let us try to understand this. Okay, this is more to deal with the angle or dimension of Tibet. Okay, now as per Tibetologist Claude Opie, okay, the reason why SFF is now suddenly made overt, let us try to understand it. This is a clear message which is given to the Tibetan diaspora. Okay, the people of Tibet. See, Tibet always had a dream of having a independent state. Okay, to understand it, it also met the conditions which were put down by United Nations then for an independent state to exist. But it was because of the Chinese force, Tibet could not establish itself as a independent state. Then the Chinese used force against the Tibetans and their the spiritual leader Dalai Lama. Okay, so let us try to understand it in this angle. But now what the Chinese army is trying to do is, within PLA, they are trying to recruit some of the Tibetans. Okay, they are also trying to recruit the Tibetans as Tibetans militia. Now, to cut down this trend, this raising of SFF by India and overtly using it against China, okay, near the LAC. So this sends a very clear message to the Tibetan diaspora. और ये message क्या है ये भी समझ लीजिए. This message is very clear that for the cause of Tibet, your own brother, the Tibetan warriors, the SFF is in its third generation now. The Tibetan warriors have already taken up the task. And they have taken up the task in the form of SFF. So instead of joining the PLA or the other Tibetan militias, okay, you can always come to India and join the SFF, who has already picked up the task for the unjust treatment which was given by China to the Tibetans then. Okay, as per the SFF, as they said, that they were kicked out from their own region by China. Unjust treatment was made to their god, that is Dalai Lama, the spiritual leader who is given the status of God or whom they consider as God. But still, they say that India gave us everything. Okay, in spite of this condition, and whenever the time comes, we are ready to live our lives, or we are ready to sacrifice our life for the cause of India. So this is the stand taken by the SFF warriors. So one of the most important reason, we are sending a very clear message to China, also to the Tibetan diaspora, and the message is going via SFF itself, recruiting them against China. Say in Shimla we saw a video. Okay, if you must have come across this video. Okay, how enthusiastically the Tibetan refugees are waving flags. Okay, for the convoy of SFF who is moving towards or who is marching towards LAC. So this shows the enthusiasm within the Tibetan diaspora itself. Okay, so this was all about our today's session, studying about SFF, the force, as we already saw that, who has blooded in the battlefield, but who had then remained behind the curtains, or who had acted from the shadows. Now it is a time has come that this force comes out of the shadows, and sooner or later it officially becomes a part or gets integrated into the Indian Army as one of its most elite forces. Thank you.